Dante's Boxing Nation, Dante's Cooking Nation. We out here. Where are we at?
We're out here in Bangkok.
There you go. She's from Ireland. Matter of fact, introduce yourself to the world.
My name's Hannah and I'm from Ireland and I'm the biggest fan in this country.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Biggest fan?
And I'm from Ireland, sorry.
No, I can edit it, don't worry about it. All the way in Bangkok, Thailand, y'all. I'm
No,
gonna get
in
it right.
Ireland as well.
In Ireland, you hear that? DBN is international,
My
guys.
churros are ready now.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? Okay, so while Shakur Stevenson put on the best performance of his entire career, damn near shutting out William Zapeda, the good news for the rest of the lightweight division is Shakur did leave the door open, giving someone else the opportunity to become the first fighter to knock out William Zapeda. Listen, I truly believe there's nothing sweeter than being the first person to take away someone's undefeated record. But the next best thing to that is knocking them out or becoming the first person to knock them out. And the truth is, there are a couple of boxers in the lightweight division right now that would knock out Zapeda. Some I would say they have a good chance of knocking him out, and others I believe they would knock him out for sure. Now let's start with Floyd Schofield. Schofield, he's another Golden Boy fighter just like Zapeda. He just recently knocked out Tevin Farmer in the first round, which is an opponent that William Zapeda couldn't stop in 2 fights. Now, Floyd, he reacted to the Stevenson-Zapeda fight, and he said that he would stop them both. That's what he posted. And he's been posting a lot of stuff about how he wants to fight against Shakur. He really wants that fight. But unfortunately for him, no one is going to take him serious anymore when he talks about fighting Shakur Stevenson because of the fact that he already had an opportunity to fight Shakur Stevenson and he pulled out at the very last minute. Shakur predicted that he would pull out and he did. But it's not just the fact that he pulled out of the fight. It was the way he did it, because they didn't even pull out of that fight with grace. The fact that they actually blamed Shakur Stevenson, implying that they were set up some kind of way, that was a really, really bad look for Schofield. In fact, he received so much backlash after that, he ended up disabling all of his comments on his social media accounts until things cooled down. So yeah, I don't believe anyone is going to take him calling out Shakur Stevenson serious right now. He put himself in a position to where he's going to have to prove a lot more to even get another shot at a Shakur. But he can definitely get a shot at William Zapeda. That would actually be a really good matchup. I think it would be really competitive. And for sure, Floyd has a chance of stopping him, but I wouldn't say he would stop him for sure. Now, Abdullah Mason, on the other hand, he stops William Zapeda for sure, hands down. There's no way William goes the distance with Abdullah Mason. William, he would be like a fly flying straight into a spider web, meaning if he comes at Abdullah Mason the way he came at Shakur Stevenson, he is going to be food for the spider. Not only does Shakur not have the power that Mason has, but Shakur doesn't go to the body the way Abdullah Mason goes to the body. Mason, he could do it all, and almost every punch he throws is a knockout punch. And then you have Cruz. Now, there's already talks that Cruz, he might be fighting against William Zapeda on that November card, that stacked November card with Devin Haney versus Brian Norman and David Benavidez versus Anthony Yarde. Originally, Turkey wanted to match Cruz against Raymond Marataya, but I believe Raymond Marataya, he turned down that fight, according to Cruz. So now Turkey, he wants to make Cruz versus William Zapeda as an interim bout leading into that Raymond Marataya fight, because the winner of that fight will end up being Raymond Marataya's mandatory. Cruz is already the #1 contender for Raymond Marataya's belt. So now we just have to see if William Zapeda is willing to accept the Cruz fight. Now, I will say this, William Zapeda, I believe, is a good test for all of these fighters, except for Abdullah Mason and Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta is obviously another fighter that would knock out William Zapeda hands down. Now, when it comes to Cruz fighting against Zapeda, once again, I believe that will be a good test. That's a really good clash of styles right there. And there's no doubt that Cruz, he has the ability to stop William Zapeda. And on the flip side, I would say that William Zapeda, he has a chance of winning that fight. I just wouldn't give him like an 80% chance, maybe like a 20 or a 30% chance. But like I said, there's no doubt about it, Cruz, he has the ability to stop an opponent like William. It just comes down to what sacrifices he's willing to make to get the knockout. Now, his trainer, Bozy Ennis, he's been trying to transform Cruz into more of a Jaron Ennis type of fighter. You know, a fighter who starts off boxing you, and once they figure you out, they start walking you down, trying to knock you out. This is what Bozy has been trying to get Cruz to do. He's been really trying to push him to start walking down these opponents. And we've seen an example of that in Cruz's last fight against the previously undefeated Japanese fighter when he stopped him. Now, even though Andy Cruz is not as good as he was as an amateur, he's still a really good pro fighter. He's a terrific counterpuncher, but what sets him apart from a lot of other counterpunchers is Andy Cruz, he will counterpunch with combinations, and he has some good power. So it would be an interesting matchup if he gets that fight in November against Zapeda. You know who else I feel has a good chance of stopping William Zapeda right now? Now, some of you guys might think this sounds crazy, but I believe Zaquin Moses, he would stop William Zapeda right now, or I believe he has a really good chance, a better chance than Shakur Stevenson. I like what I'm seeing so far from Zaquin. For those of you guys who don't know, Zaquin Moses is Shakur Stevenson's little cousin. First cousin, I believe. And from what I've been studying, it seems that Zaquin, he is a little bit more effective on the inside, and he might even have more power than Shakur. I know it's really early, but I'm trying to scout the talent, and I really like what I'm seeing out of Zaquin. Now, another good fight actually would be Edwin Santos against William Zapeda. That would be a really good fight. Someone else who has a really good chance of knocking out William. So we'll see. We'll find out who becomes the first person to knock him out. Because I truly believe if he keeps fighting against, top guys in the division, someone is going to knock him out for sure. See, because William's style is a double-edged sword. On one side, he's dangerous because he's aggressive and he's a volume puncher. But at the same time, he lacks defense and he gives very high-skilled, talented fighters opportunities to catch him with really vicious punches while he's coming in. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Diki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodiki.com.
Like them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram.
Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.